Hello, Jake. Are you ready for today's lesson on advanced word formation?
Absolutely. I can't wait to dive into complex patterns.
Great. We're focusing on prefixes like over, under, counter, pseudo, and neo.
Those sound interesting. Can you give me an example of one of them?
Sure. Let's start with over. It implies excess or above normal. For instance, overloaded means carrying more than what's normal.
I see. So if I say overachiever, it means someone who achieves more than expected.
Exactly. You're picking it up quickly, Jake. Now, how about under? Do you know what that implies?
I think it means less than normal. Like, underdeveloped indicates lacking development, right?
Spot on. You're really getting the hang of these prefixes. Let's move on to counter.
Okay, counter suggests opposition, correct? Like, counterargument.
Perfect. A counterargument is indeed an argument that opposes another one. What about pseudo? Any guesses?
Maybe it refers to something fake or false. Like, pseudoscience, for unscientific claims?
Absolutely. And lastly, neo indicates something new or recent, like in neonatal, referring to newborns.
Wow, I love how these prefixes add depth to words. What's next?
Now, let's dive deeper into a conversation using these words. I'll start. Did you hear about the new neoliberal policies that are being discussed?
Yes, I read that they focus on reducing government intervention in the economy, right?
Exactly. They're aiming for a free market approach. But some people say it could lead to underemployment.
Underemployment. That's when a person works in a job that doesn't utilize their skills fully, isn't it?
Yes, that's correct. A lot of graduates face this issue. They are overqualified for the jobs available.
It's quite common, unfortunately. Have you heard any counter examples? Like, stories where someone succeeded despite this?
I have. There are cases of overachievers who create their own businesses as a result of frustration.
That makes sense. Sometimes challenges push people to innovate. What about pseudo-innovations? Can that happen?
Definitely. Sometimes companies label products as innovative, but they're just pseudo-innovations with few real upgrades.
Exactly. That's misleading. They're just trying to attract customers, aren't they?
Absolutely. It's all about the marketing strategy. Speaking of strategies, how do neo ideas influence your field?
Interesting question. In education, neo-progressive methods are introducing new ways of teaching.
That's a great approach. It's important to adapt to modern needs. Can you think of an overreaction to these changes?
Yes. Some educators might have an over-critical view on integrating technology in classrooms.
True. They might think it undermines traditional teaching methods. Finding the right balance is key.
Right. So, how do we make sure to avoid underestimating the role of technology?
By staying informed and recognizing that while technology isn't a fix-all, it can enhance learning.
Great insights. I really like how these prefixes can change the meaning completely.
Yes, it's fascinating. Now, let's go through some examples of these prefixes to solidify your understanding. For over, think about overwhelmed. It describes a state of being too stressed or overloaded with tasks. For under, we can look at underestimated. This suggests not giving enough credit to someone's abilities. Regarding counterproductive, means achieving the opposite of what is intended. A good example of poor results. Lastly, pseudo, in pseudonym, refers to a name that someone uses instead of their real name, often for artistic purposes.
Got it. All these prefixes create a richer vocabulary. What's next in our lesson?
Now let's have another conversation, using this new vocabulary. Did you recently see the article about neocolonialism?
I did. It discussed the implications of modern economic control without actual colonization. Quite fascinating.
Exactly. It's the idea of influence without direct governance. And it often leads to underdevelopment in certain regions.
Exactly right. Now, if a company makes too many promises, could they create pseudo products?
Absolutely. Pseudo products look great on the outside but lack genuine quality.
Very misleading for consumers. And what about counterproductive practices in business?
Oh, yes. Many managers might think micromanaging is effective, but it can be quite counterproductive.
And how about overoptimism? Can that also lead to poor decisions?
Definitely. Being overly optimistic may lead to ignoring potential risks in projects.
This has been enlightening. I can see how important these prefixes are in professional contexts.
Absolutely. They not only expand vocabulary but also enhance understanding of nuanced meanings.
So, how can we practice these new words effectively?
We can create sentences or scenarios. Let's write some examples together.
Great idea. I'll start. Overestimating your abilities can lead to failure.
Nice one. I'll add. Pseudoscience should not be confused with real scientific research.
And I'll say, counterproductive feedback can demotivate employees.
Perfect. Let's keep challenging ourselves. How about we summarize what we've learned?
Sure, we've explored advanced prefixes and their meanings, right?
Exactly. And we've discussed examples and how they apply in real life. Now, let's review. Question 1. What does the prefix over imply?
It implies excess or above normal.
Correct. Question 2. What does under suggest?
It suggests less than normal.
Yes. Question 3. How would you describe counterproductive?
It's when something achieves the opposite of what is intended.
Good. Question 4. What might a pseudo claim lack?
It lacks genuine quality or truth.
Exactly. Now, question 5. What does neo refer to?
It refers to something new or recent.
Correct. You've mastered this lesson. As we close, let's preview next time's topic. We'll discuss idiomatic expressions.
That sounds exciting. I can't wait to learn more about idioms.
It will be fun. Thank you for participating today, Jake. See you next time.
Thanks, Emma. I'm looking forward to our next lesson.